Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here in Foley Square in Lower Manhattan. It's August 2nd, 2023. We're covering the courts, and we have to lead with this one. Yesterday, after business hours, Sam Bankman-Fried, through counsel, put in a filing why he shouldn't go to jail. Now, included with it was a lengthy affidavit by Laurence Tribe. Yes, Laurence Tribe, Supreme Court activist, advocate, law professor, of counsel to a law firm that represents Sam Bankman-Fried's father. But he hastened to say in his affidavit, he was not telling Judge Kaplan what to do. He was simply providing him, as an expert, with a constitutional framework of why this one rich fraudster should remain on the lam. Of course, there's other charged fraudsters, such as Avi Eisenberg, who are in jail. And it's unclear, the argument was also made in this filing, that it's impossible for a person in the MDC prison to prepare for trial. Well, there's dozens, hundreds of people coming up, at least facing trial, and DOJ is totally fine with that. So it's really something. And in my mind, although, I love a legal scholar, it's how is this different than the Tom Brady, Shaq O'Neal, Larry David ads for FTX? I don't know. You're going to have to read the affidavit yourself. We put it online. Now, at the United Nations yesterday, Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield held a press conference at 2 p.m. For some reason, since there was talk of non-UN journalists being able to ask questions, I prepared questions on the exclusion of Taiwanese from the UN and the applicability of the First Amendment, but also on UN peacekeeping, raping, looting, being discredited to such an extent that in Haiti they don't want them, even though the place is falling apart. Wisely, they don't want them. But Linda Thomas-Greenfield didn't take the questions. In fact, all she took were basically softball state media questions. One was a lengthy speech by a guy from Bangladesh government about how great Bangladesh is. America last. One of the jobs of the U.S. mission is to make sure that Americans, and in this case an American journalist, is not mistreated by the UN, and they failed on it entirely. To be continued.